Welcome to another Down the Rabbit Hole video, and I thought I would finally start reviewing some Game Gear games because I really like this thing and I've got a lot of them now and it's time to start chipping through the library. I figured might as well continue with that very first game that I tried out, which is this, Road Rash, and give it a proper review. Now, in my first initial playthrough with the Game Gear, and I fired up Road Rash to begin with, I had mentioned that Swifto had played that a while ago, and that's what inspired me to start off with my inaugural game being Road Rash. He corrected me. He said that was actually, I think, the Game Boy Color version, not the Game Gear version. So, sorry, Swifto. But anyway, let's try out Road Rash on the Game Gear. Now, this is a probe conversion of what I think is a Sega Master System title. And it's really nice looking. I mean, for Game Gear titles, this is probably one of the best. You got 5 different tracks to choose from. Now, everybody always goes off with the Sierra Nevada grassy bit to begin with. Let's go with Pacific Coast. And we're off. Now this is really impressive what this is doing on the Game Gear. I mean, this 3D environment with such good speed is really well done. I'm not even going to bother trying to hit those guys. Great music. From what I understand, practically the same as the Sega Master System game with a few very slight variations, but I'll go into that. Oh, I'm not even hitting anybody. Oh, okay. Gotta watch for that traffic as well. Like, there's some very nice things to keep an eye open on. There's cops later on as well. I'll try my best to get to a level where I can show you that. And of course, these bad guys. This is probably one of my favorite games for the Game Gear. I really, really like this. There's also, in addition to that stuff, sometimes there's cross traffic there. The HUD down at the bottom is really well done. First of all, I think the most impressive thing is the fact that you've got rear view mirrors that are updated and kept up to speed with everything that you're passing, or if anybody's coming up behind you, anything like that. Really love the rear view mirrors. In addition to them, you've got a speedometer showing your speed. That's the red line that kind of is going to the right there. You've got, I don't know if I can do this very clearly on the screen, but you can see your position. I'm currently number 5, and that's going to drop to number 4 as I pass Slater here. Gotcha. So now number 4 in the list, so that's good. Watch out for the obstacles. Got a timer. Like, considering that whole section down at the bottom of the screen is maybe, I don't know, maybe 100 pixels, it's conveying a lot of information. And the 3D kind of engine that's running the environment in front of us, really impressive. Shiva's gotten past there, good. So I'm just one more person, and then I'm in the leader of the pack. What I also really like is there's no rubber banding in this. A lot of games, especially like Mario Kart and that, are really guilty of, once you're leader of the pack, how do we make it challenging? I know we'll have the bad guys suddenly able to catch up with you with no problem, or drop some kind of a power-up that'll take care of that. Well, this one, if you get to the front of the position, as long as you maintain your skill and stay on the road, you're always going to be in the front. I really like that. Okay, so let's just bring it to a close. Some people have mentioned it's a little bit slow. Now, I don't really dock it any marks for that because it's running on a Game Gear from the early 90s, and I've seen the Game Boy Color and the original Game Boy version where I think it's a pretty flat environment. This has got nice rolling hills, great use of the turns. It's just a really good game. Now let's just see. I don't know if it tells me how close I am to the end or not, but I've got no one else in front of me. There we go. Into the race. Woohoo! Finished. Perfect. And I won 750 bucks. With that, if I like, I can actually purchase some better vehicles. Now, I don't think I've got enough quite for that. What's my total? Hey, I've only got 3,250 bucks, and I need 5,000 for that one, 7,000 for that one, etc. So, I shall not be buying an upgraded bike just yet. But now, due to the magic of the password system, which is down in the options menu there, we can play level 5 with one of those cool motorcycles unlocked. Let's try this out, just to compare. And rough. Let's see how much faster this one is. And how much trickier. I think the AI gets a lot more aggressive, and there's a lot more stuff on the road at the higher levels. And I think they might be on faster bikes. Whoa! I also hear the cops are pretty aggressive in the higher levels of difficulty here. Oh yeah, there's a lot more stuff on the road there. I think the track remains the same, but because you're on a faster moving vehicle and everything else is kind of ramped up, that's where the challenge is. Whoa! But yeah, this is a really, really good Game Gear game. Probably the best looking. And for pick up and play, this is hard to beat. Watch for the car! Ooh. Okay, I got past that guy. I don't know if I mentioned before, some people say also the sprites are kind of large, like you're on a very small road or you're all giants, because especially compared to like the cars that you pass, the scale looks a little off. But I think that's fine because it helps you to concentrate on what you're doing. Yeah, I do seem kind of large compared to that. Oh, here comes the cops. Let's see if I can get around them. Apparently not. Not if I do that. Let's beat up a cop. Nope, let's hope he hits a car. Actually, I'm faster than him, so I don't really need to worry too much about him. But yeah, I don't think the game would have worked if the sprites were smaller. You'd have a harder time. Yikes! Oh no, that's me off, and I guess I'm busted. Yep, busted. Alright, well that was a little bit disappointing. Let's do another one. Well, let's go with the Pacific Coast here, and hope I don't have any cops, because I don't know if you could hear me there over the sound of the siren. And we're off. The color may not be coming through too... Wow, yikes with the car. The color may not be coming across too clearly on my screen. It does actually look pretty good. Yeah, sure, it's nothing compared to like a Game Boy Advance, but it looks very gray and washed out in my film here, but I was just trying to capture it so you can see the details of of what's going on the original screen as best you can. And in doing that, I think I may have made the color a little washed out, so I'm not in a grassy area right now. Maybe I am. But the color is a lot nicer, especially like, okay, those green bars that show my health, my bike's health, ouch, which just took a little hit, and also the health of the villains or the bad guys there. Those greens are very, very nice looking. Like there is a lot of nice color represented here. Let's see if I can redeem myself. Ooh, yeah, it is definitely more challenging now. Let's just concentrate on not being last. Anyway, yeah, so Road Rash on the Game Gear. Really good. One of the first games I got for it. Pretty common. Very easy to find anywhere. Not too expensive. and probably the nicest looking. I think some people have described this as portable Super Monaco with club sticks. So you can, baseball bats, so you can hit people. Oh, get back on the road. Come on, come on, come on, come on. And here come the cops again, which is probably going to blast out my speaker. So, I'm going to wrap it up here, but yeah, like doing this, love this game, and I'm going to be doing more Game Gear games. In fact, let's just turn the volume down, shall we? Because that's really hard to hear. Where's the volume control? No. Oh, I could always pause it too. Okay, yes, Game Gear Road Rash, really, really good game. Very, very much like it. And more Game Gear titles or more Game Gear reviews will be coming in the near future. All right, until next time, we'll see you down the rabbit hole.